Now the whole bed is 36 by 24. Okay, so you got lots of room to work. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to load in your files again into your proper folder. Right. Load your files in. And then you're going to go File. You don't go Open. You go Import. And I'm on my demo directory here, so I'm just going to pick the gear. Import the gear. And when you bring your part in, you can scroll back and forth with the wheel on the mouse. You can zoom in and out. And just do a single left click, okay? And then it asks you the units you want to import it in, so it's probably in millimeters. Okay. If you bring it in wrong, just delete it and then reinsert it, okay? So there's a gear, okay? Now this one probably was meant to be printed because it has all these other lines on it. The laser is pretty single-minded. Okay, if it sees a line and wants to cut it, that's all it wants to do is cut lines, okay? So these were probably chamfers and stuff around the part. So it's going to cut all those out, right? Actually, I'll leave that one there just to show you what it does. Okay, so I'm going to import another one now. So now if you do a click and drag, you're going to rescale your part. Okay. Now here it's obvious that I put it in wrong. And these are all 1-inch squares, right? So you can kind of get an idea how big your part is. But yeah, if you realize, if you bring it in like that and you get it almost to size, you may not realize that it's slightly off. Okay, so just make sure you just don't do that. So now you can also copy stuff, Control V, Control C, copy the part. You just window it and copy it. Or you can also do an array. Okay. So you put your X and Y spacing here, so it's 0.1 of an inch for the spacing. It's a grid, so I can increase my X that way, Y that way, if I want to. So what you can do is make a bunch of gears, laser cut them, and stack them up on your shaft. Okay. I'm just going to make that one. Okay, so close this. Now I'm going to leave that one like this. Now if you try to, say you realize you've done this and you want to delete some of the lines, if you pick it to delete a line, it's picking the whole thing. So you can go to Arrange, Break Path, and then that separates everything out. Okay. So now when I pick it, I can delete some of these lines. Okay, so that's what I really want to cut right here. Okay. So we'll just cut these two. I'm just going to move them up. So now when you go to move this, you grab the middle box, okay, and you can move it around. And if you want to know where it is on the sheet, this red square up here matches the red square in the middle there. Normally we keep it up in the upper left corner, okay? So these two dimensions are the length and width of what you picked, okay? So if you pick a single part, you can get the overall dimensions of it. But you can get the upper position here, so I'm just going to make that 0.1 and 0.1. Okay. So it's up in the upper corner of the sheet. So you can use that to move stuff around. So as you wind up cutting areas of your sheet out, you may need to figure out, oh, I can fit something in here, right? You can figure out where to place it on the sheet, so that you can just keep cutting on your same piece. Okay, so I'm going to try to cut this. I'm going to bring it down to there. So I'm going to bring it down, say, an inch. So I just window it again, and I'm going to make my Y value 1 inch, and bring it down. Okay. So now when I put my sheet in, I'm going to cut in this area here. Okay. So now we just go File, Print. It's not cut, there's no cut function, it just says print. And then we get this menu up, and this is how we set our power settings for the laser. Okay, so we're going to leave our autofocus on, we're vector cutting, and the sheet size here has to match, otherwise you get different pages. Okay, and then our speed is going to be 40%, our power is 100%, okay, and then just leave the frequency up to 5,000.
Is there a way to set two different settings? One for cutting and one for roasting?
Yeah, you want to scribe stuff if you're doing that later on. There's a color mapping function here. So what you can do is you can change the colors of some of the lines on your part or lettering, and then you can just set the power to 5%, and then we'll just scribe the number if you want to do that. Right? Yeah. So that's pretty handy if you're doing the wing flap. I don't know if they're doing the wing flap later on. Yeah, one year they did the wing flap here. You guys had to design it, and then they had to make a nice sort of layout of how everything moved. Okay, so this is basically all you really need to know for here. So you okay. The preview is on, and make sure that's always on, because when you send it, you'll actually see what your print's gonna look like. Anything outside of this print window doesn't get cut, so you can have other stuff on the page, right? It doesn't get printed unless it's inside your printer folder. We'll just send it print, and then that's what sends it to the machine. It won't actually start the machine, you have to go manually do that. Just gonna go around and do that here.